Hello, welcome to Brookdale Island. This is where I'm stranded during this global lockdown. You're probably stuck in your houses too. So I thought it'd be good for us as families to look at parts of the Bible. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to say some stuff, then you can pause the video and you can discuss or read something together. Then you can unpause it, I'll say some more stuff, and then you can pause it again. You get the picture. First up though is First Up. And First Up is a discussion. The discussion today is, what is the most beautiful place you've ever been to? And what is it that makes it so beautiful? One place I find very beautiful is the viewing point on the Tors, where you can stand, you can see so much around of the beautiful scenery, and you can see down to Ilfracombe. And I love standing there and praying for Ilfracombe, partly because Ilfracombe looks so tiny, whereas the sky above and the sea and the hills look so enormous. Ilfracombe's so tiny, and that's what man made. But the hills, the sky, the sea, that's what God made. God is so much bigger, and yet he cares for Ilfracombe. He cares for little old us. When I look around and see how beautiful things are in the world, I do remember that God made everything. And today we're going to look at the very beginning of the Bible and see how God made the world. Well, each week we're going to look at 3 questions about the passage. What's happening? Where's Jesus? And so what? So here we go. Firstly, what's happening? Well, God created everything from nothing. And he did that with a design and with an order. And part of the order is for people like us to have rest and worship, and also work. And as we look further in the passage into chapter 2, we would find that part of that work is looking after the world. Second question, where's Jesus? Well, we're told that all things were made through Christ and for Christ. That's in Colossians chapter 1, verse 16. That tells us that even there at the beginning, Jesus was involved in creating the whole universe. Also, in the passage we read, it talked about the 7th day being a day of rest. And when we get into the New Testament, it starts talking about Jesus as being the ultimate rest for us. In fact, Jesus said this himself. He said, "Come to me, all you who are tired and have heavy loads, and I will give you rest." That's from Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. Third question though, so what? How should this make a difference to us? Well, one question is, are you resting in Jesus? Have you trusted in him? Has he taken your heavy burden of sin, the things that you've done wrong? Have you found forgiveness? Are you resting in him, who is the ultimate rest? But also, when we think about the task that God gave mankind to look after the world, to care for it, are you caring for the world? And when we see that being creative is part of God's design for us, are you being creative? Well, here's a last chance for a discussion. And the discussion questions are this: how can you help care for the world? And are there any creative ways you can do this? Well, finally, we're going to pray. Let's pray. Thank you, God, for making the world. Help us to care for it. Thank you for sending Jesus. Help us to rest in him. Amen.